Imagine being trapped inside a block of ice for thousands of years and then suddenly waking up, alive and well. In today's chilling countdown, we're diving deep into the incredible world of creatures that defy death and time itself. From ancient worms thawed after millennia to tiny animals that can survive the harshest frozen hellscapes, this video will leave you questioning the very limits of life on Earth. We'll explore mind-blowing survival techniques, shocking discoveries scientists never expected, and eerie moments when nature simply refused to let go. Stick around till the end. The number one will make your jaw drop. Ancient nematodes. In 2018, scientists in Siberia made a discovery that seemed straight out of science fiction. Deep beneath the permafrost, they uncovered ancient nematodes, tiny roundworms that had been trapped in ice for over 42,000 years. Even more shocking, once thawed in a lab, these microscopic creatures began to move and eat again, as if nothing had happened. It's the oldest confirmed reanimation of a multicellular organism. Nematodes are already known for surviving extreme conditions, but this discovery shattered all previous expectations. Scientists believe that special molecules inside their bodies prevent ice crystals from forming, preserving their cells in near-perfect stasis. It raises an unsettling question. If tiny worms can survive for tens of thousands of years, what else could be frozen just waiting to wake up? Some experts even wonder if frozen alien microbes on distant planets could behave the same way. Tardigrades. Tardigrades are often called nature's toughest survivors, and for good reason. These tiny, plump creatures can survive radiation, the vacuum of space, and temperatures from boiling heat to absolute zero. In 2016, researchers thawed tardigrades that had been frozen for over 30 years, and astonishingly, they came back to life and even reproduced. What's their secret? Tardigrades enter a state called cryptobiosis, where they dry out completely and suspend their metabolism, making them nearly indestructible. When conditions improve, even after decades, they simply wake up. It's like pressing pause on life itself. Their abilities suggest that life could potentially survive deep freezes on distant planets like Mars, giving scientists a whole new outlook on the possibilities of extraterrestrial life. The idea that life beyond Earth could be frozen, waiting to be revived, is no longer just science fiction. It's a real scientific possibility. Woolly mammoth blood cells. Imagine pulling a syringe filled with ancient blood from a 40,000-year-old mammoth. That's exactly what happened when researchers found a frozen woolly mammoth carcass in Siberia. Not only was the body stunningly preserved in the ice, but scientists managed to extract red blood cells, cells that normally decay within hours after death. The mammoth's thick fur, fat reserves, and preserved organs painted a vivid picture of life in the Ice Age. Although they couldn't revive the mammoth itself, the preservation of its blood sparked discussions about cloning and de-extinction projects. One day, frozen DNA like this might help bring species back from the dead, or at least create living hybrids that walk the Earth again. The dream of seeing mammoths roam the tundras once more may not be so far away after all. Zombie bacteria. Deep inside Antarctic ice, scientists found bacteria that had been frozen for over 8 million years. When they carefully thawed the samples, some of the ancient microbes came back to life. Known as zombie bacteria, these organisms are tiny, yet incredibly resilient. Unlike more complex animals, bacteria can shut down nearly all functions and survive in a sort of suspended animation for geological timescales. The revived microbes are now helping researchers understand how life could endure on planets like Mars, where conditions are similar to Earth's ancient icy deserts. It's a chilling reminder that even when life seems completely erased, it might just be sleeping, Waiting. Could entire ecosystems of ancient microbes still be locked away in Earth's glaciers, waiting for a second chance at life? Prehistoric moss. In Antarctica's frozen wastelands, researchers made another jaw-dropping discovery. A clump of moss buried under ice for 1,500 years was successfully revived. Unlike animals or bacteria, plants typically don't handle freezing well. But this moss not only came back to life, it began growing again after being thawed under controlled conditions. This experiment showed that some plant cells can endure extreme dormancy without losing their regenerative powers. It has massive implications for understanding how ecosystems could survive ice ages, natural disasters, and even future climate catastrophes. In a world facing rapid climate change, ancient moss might even hold secrets to preserving endangered plant life today. Fairy shrimp. In the harsh seasonal deserts of Antarctica and elsewhere, tiny creatures called fairy shrimp have developed a jaw-dropping survival tactic. Their eggs can endure freezing temperatures, droughts, and even extreme radiation. In several experiments, eggs frozen for over a decade were thawed and immediately hatched healthy, wriggling shrimp. Fairy shrimp time their hatching with melt seasons, meaning they have evolved to treat extreme freezing as just another pause in their life cycle. Their resilience demonstrates how some creatures have turned the most hostile environments into mere waiting rooms for life. It's almost as if they have a built-in biological alarm clock, perfectly synced with the rhythms of nature's harshest cycles. Frozen wood frogs. In North America, the wood frog possesses an almost supernatural ability. Every winter, it literally freezes solid. Heart stops, blood flow halts, even the brain ceases activity. Yet, when spring returns, the frog thaws out and hops away, perfectly alive. Scientists discovered that these frogs produce a sugar-based antifreeze inside their cells, preventing ice damage. Their organs shut down in a controlled way, preserving them through months of what would otherwise be certain death. Studying the wood frog's biology might one day lead to revolutionary breakthroughs in human organ preservation and even suspended animation for space travel. Nature has already cracked the code for surviving deep freeze. We're just starting to learn from it. Frozen beetles. Alaskan beetles were once frozen solid during an experiment, kept at sub-zero temperatures for 7 years. When thawed, a surprising number of them woke up and began moving almost immediately. Beetles have naturally high levels of glycerol and antifreeze proteins in their bodies, allowing their tissues to withstand the formation of deadly ice crystals. Their comeback from years of deep freeze challenges what we know about cold tolerance. Given the right biological armor, life can hibernate through unimaginable time spans. These tiny creatures remind us that sometimes the greatest survival stories come in the smallest packages. Ice worms. Deep inside glacial ice in Alaska, researchers discovered a bizarre species, ice worms. Unlike most animals, they must stay frozen to survive. At temperatures above freezing, they begin to die. These tiny black worms slither through glaciers and snowfields, eating microscopic algae and bacteria. Ice worms can remain frozen for months at a time without harm. They demonstrate an extraordinary evolutionary specialization, thriving in an environment that would instantly kill almost anything else. At dusk, under twilight skies, these worms writhe silently through the snow, a ghostly reminder of life's endless adaptability. Frozen algae. In the coldest parts of Antarctica, ancient frozen algae can come back to life once sunlight returns. Samples taken from ice cores tens of thousands of years old have shown signs of renewed activity after careful thawing. These primitive life forms are a testament to nature's incredible persistence. Not Not only do they endure freezing and total darkness, but they also help kickstart food chains in the harshest places on Earth. Some scientists even believe that ancient algae might hold clues to early life on Earth and how life could survive on icy moons like Europa. The oldest survivors among us might not be animals, but simple, stubborn cells bathed in ancient sunlight. And there you have it, proof that life can endure the cold, the dark, and even the endless passage of time. From ancient worms to invincible water bears, these creatures show that nature always finds a way. Which frozen survivor amazed you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon, because we've got more mind-blowing nature mysteries coming your way soon.